This is a show with no particular niche, baby. It's always about hanging out. Maybe we'll laugh at some stuff, maybe we'll learn something new, but it's always about hanging out, me and you. Welcome to That Thing with James, a podcast about nothing in particular. Really, it's just a chill zone. It's hanging out, me and you. Who am I? I'm the host, James. And this is my podcast. I've been doing it for a few years now. And I gotta say, this is the best I felt about going into a podcast in a hot minute. So earlier this year, I had a long string of episodes in which I read from and commented on my maternal grandpa's travel diary from 1970s. I keep forgetting the date. I think it might have been 74. And then after that, I kept finding myself dragging myself into this podcast yet again, thinking, why am I still doing this? Why am I still doing this? Yet when I don't feel good. It's a weird thing. It's not like this is doing me any harm. If anything, it gives me something to do. It's an outlet. It's albeit one-sided, but regardless, it's a way to reach out to other people, to make some kind of a connection. And, I didn't have that issue today as I was setting up, even before I started getting the lamps positioned and the side tables set so I could put my computer on them and stack some books to put my microphone on, so on and so forth. I felt good. I looked forward to doing this episode. So that's a bit of a nice change from the past few times that I've been going into this thing. And I guess I just wanted to reflect for a second again on why I started this whole thing to begin with. And I'll tell you why. I originally started it to create some kind of a brand for myself because I thought maybe it would help me get more acting jobs somehow, but it didn't. And then I had to reassess again. What was the impetus? What was the original idea? Because that was the excuse I gave myself. But really, I had the idea for this show when I started listening to podcasts. I think I only started listening to podcasts like a year before making this one. And then the whole idea one evening was, why don't I just make a podcast that's just hanging out with people I can't even see or hear? And so that's what this is. So I guess I wanted to think about that again, settle into that thought again. This is just a hangout. What's up? Hey, how's it going? Are you bored? Are you driving? Cool. Do you want to hang out? You want to chill? Let's hang out. Let's chill zone. Speaking of chill zone, I'll save that in a bit. Lord of the Rings. It has to do with Lord of the Rings. But anyway, what I wanted to say first was this is a funky timing for an episode because I'm recording this on Sunday, December 31st, year 2023. So it's New Year's Eve at the time of this recording, which means for me, this is the last podcast of 2023. But for you, the last one I did already came out. So that would make this the first podcast of 2024. So this is, I guess, me talking to the future and you listening to the past, which is how it is with every podcast. But this one's different because it's in a totally different year. Time's arbitrary, of course, sort of yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I thought that was funky. So I'm doing this last year. By the time this gets to you, it will have been, I will be speaking from the previous year. Yeah, interesting stuff. And while I'm thinking about it, if you want bonus episodes, I've got a bunch of bonus episodes. I think I'm almost to 90 bonus episodes of this podcast and some extra content. And if you want to help support an independent artiste such as myself and get access to those bonus episodes, consider supporting the show at patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. Your support will get you access to all the bonus shows and will give you the peace of mind of helping support and give me a reason to keep doing this podcast, help support me and give me a reason to keep doing the podcast. Patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. Advertising. Ugh. It's not my forte, gotta say. Well, actually, it can be. I just, I never wrote a script for my Patreon, but yeah, if you want access, $5 will get you a full month access to all bonus episodes. And there's different tiers if you want to pay a little more. I've got other perks to offer to you. So once again, help support the show, get access to bonus stuff at patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. I've got a show email, I've got a subreddit, I've got social media. All that stuff, the links to, are written in this episode's description. So it'll just save me time to not have to rattle it off. And on the video, if I've got, unless I'm completely worn out and distracted on the video, I'll have a little chyron. A chyron. That is a banner at the bottom of the screen that will list the things that I just talked about, the Patreon, the email, the subreddit, and the social medias on the chyron. Yes. So yeah, what am I gonna talk about today? I thought about maybe I could do a bit of year in review, but then at the same time, I also thought about maybe sharing this silly little subreddit I found a couple nights ago. So maybe I'll do both. I think the primary mode for this episode will be reading the subreddit r/stoner thoughts, and maybe if it pops into my mind, maybe I'll do a bit of year in review. But first, let me take a sip of water, and then we'll get right to it. And we're back. I should approach this with how I first discovered this subreddit r/stoner thoughts. It was after I watched a movie that I thought maybe I had dreamt. Okay, so here we go. Thursday night, I'm talking to Emily, my partner, my girlfriend, and a long-term girlfriend. We've known each other, I think this spring it will be 10 years. Wow, holy shit. Yeah. Thursday night, as of, again, I'm recording this on Sunday, December 31st, 2023. So I guess that would be a couple nights or 3 nights ago. Sunday night, no. Oh, I'm getting mixed up. Hold on. Focus. Thursday night, I remembered this movie. I don't know how it came to mind, but I was asking Emily about it, and I was like, did you ever see that movie where Jamie Kennedy played a rock star? And she was like, no, I can't think of it. I was like, I feel like maybe we watched this together. And little bits of pieces started coming back to me. I was like, he had his nails painted black, and I think he had a goatee, and he played the sitar. It was Jamie Kennedy. He was in this movie, and this chick goes to New York, and she ends up like living with someone like in the sewers or something. And Emily was like, I don't know. I don't remember this. And it bugged me. I started thinking, like, I know I've seen this movie. I know this movie exists. It's Jamie Kennedy is one of the characters. He's a rock star. And then there's a chick who goes to New York. Bad shit happens. And then I started thinking, maybe I didn't watch this with you. Maybe I watched it by myself. And then time passed. Thursday turned into Friday, and I started thinking, was this a movie? Is this something I dreamed? Is this a movie that I dreamt that I watched, but actually doesn't exist? But then I remembered more. I was like, wait a second. Okay, wait. So Jamie Kennedy, in this movie, he played a heroin addict. Because before that, I had been looking up Jamie Kennedy sitar on internet search engines, and the results yielded lots of answers, but none that I was looking for. Jamie Kennedy sitar, found nothing. Jamie Kennedy nails painted black, found nothing. Jamie Kennedy character heroin or addict, that yielded something. It yielded a movie because I went through and I was looking at Jamie Kennedy's filmography on Wikipedia, and I remembered, I was like, I think this movie was from the early 2000s was my initial thought. I think it was in the early 2000s, but I'll go back a bit to maybe the late 90s. And I was looking through and nothing really satisfied. But then there was this one movie, it caught my eye for a brief second, and I clicked on it and I read the synopsis and I was like, I'm not really seeing Jamie Kennedy here. This isn't really ringing a bell. So I went back to the filmography because I was just kind of stuck on that. I kept scrolling through and I didn't find it. And then I slept, and then Friday, or I guess Friday evening rolls around, and I'm like, why don't I look this up again? And that's when I looked up Jamie Kennedy character heroin addict. And sure enough, it was the one movie that I paused on, but disregarded. It was a movie, I believe it was released in 1998, starring a then rather unknown small-time Luke Wilson. It was a 1998 movie called Bongwater. Yeah, it was a movie called Bongwater. And I found it and I got excited and I asked Emily, I was like, have you seen this? And she was like, I don't think I've ever watched this before. And I was like, well, then I must have seen it by myself. And I can't remember when. I might have seen it back in Austin when I was living with my friend Bennett, whom I've not heard from in a long time. Bennett, if you're hearing this and or seeing this, please contact me. I want to say hi. I want to see how you're doing. What's up? And I also want to apologize for not being the best roommate. I know I wasn't the worst roommate in the world. Maybe I was to you. I don't know. But I'm sorry I drank your liquor. I was pissed because you had so many days off and I was working in shithole. I was working the absolute shit shift. I always got the shit shift, and I was just angry that you got a bunch of free liquor and that I drank it. Maybe not all of it, but a lot, probably most of it. And I'm sorry about that. But otherwise, I just want to say hi and see how you're doing, Bennett. Please reach out to me. Well, anyway, I think I might have actually watched Bongwater when I was in grad school, because that was around the same time that I watched, grad school was when I watched the movie Slacker. I think that was Richard Linklater's first movie. And I would kind of put Slacker and Bongwater in the same class. They're in the same chapter of my textbook on movies, right? Because Bongwater, although the name sounds like your average stupid stoner movie, it sounds like it could be a Cheech and Chong thing, but maybe even dumber. It is very much not your average stoner movie. It has terrible ratings on every review site, but every now and then, there's not a lot you can read about it online, but some people really like it, and I fall into that camp. I like the movie. It drags for maybe like a 10 or 15 minute span, somewhere between the second and third acts. Regardless, though, I think it's a great movie about being in your 20s, going into your 30s, and being just rather directionless, listless, purposeless. And there's a lot of elements of just the kinds of people and the relationships and the environment that resonated with me personally in my early to mid 20s and even now. So I say like Bongwater and Slacker is absolutely the kind of person I am. I fall into that kind of late 90s weirdo alternative ilk. Yeah, baby. I'm still alive in the 90s. It lives within me. I'm a 90s baby. Actually, I guess I'm an 80s baby. And then I was already 10 by the time, well, let's see, I think I was like 12 or 13 by the time the millennia changed. So yeah, I fall in that area. Anyway, those two movies, Bongwater, let's just assume I watched it in grad school. I'm pretty sure that's where I watched it. Bongwater and Slacker both really resonated with me, and they helped me decide what direction to go. They ultimately helped me decide, okay, I'm going to move to Austin because I thought that's the kind of life I would end up living. And sure enough, it pretty much is. However, because it's the 2000s, 2010s, and now we're in the 20s at that time that I moved there, the world, especially the United States, was becoming rapidly, precipitously expensive to live in, impossible to survive, no matter how much you work, unless you get lucky. That's been my personal experience, at least. But anyway, much ado about nothing. I watched Bongwater. Emily was like, she'd never seen it before, but she enjoyed it. But she also said before that, she was like, this movie makes me uncomfortable. And it was the characters and their choices, their actions that made her uncomfortable. And I was like, yeah, I love it. And she at some point said, this is what I imagine when you describe your previous relationships. That's not exactly what she said, but that's my nice way of saying what she said. And what she said wasn't really unkind, but again, much ado about nothing. Yeah. Bongwater. If you want to get a feel for my love life experience in my 20s and even into my early 30s, watch the movie Bongwater. You can stream it right now if you happen to have Peacock. I was like, oh my God, it's on Peacock, because if it wasn't, I was fully going to rent it, but we have Peacock right now and it's on Peacock. So if you're interested, you can stream this very little known movie that I thought maybe I had just dreamt. Well, I was really getting into the whole vibe. So once the movie ended, I just hopped on Reddit, and I was in a state of mind. I was in a certain state of mind, very much so. And I guess the Reddit gods bestowed upon me this subreddit, Stoner Thoughts. What a long fucking preamble to get into the subreddit that I'm going to share with you after this quick water break. Just a second. Oh, this is perfect. Stoner Thoughts. There are 136 subscribers or members of this subreddit, and there are currently this many users online, 69. Oh man, if that isn't an auspicious sign, then I don't know what is. So it's Stoner Thoughts, the home for the wisest Ents. If you don't know what an Ent is, they are sentient trees from the Tolkien books, mostly Lord of the Rings. And that comes from trees being slang for cannabis. And trees is a long time cloaked term for cannabis used online and perhaps on text messages and phone calls. So people who smoke or eat trees are Ents. Okay, there we go. E-N-T, Ent. A community for stoners to share those random thoughts that come to them when smoking, and for stoners to come and hang out and chill. Hey, that's so much like this podcast. Hang out, chill, have a good time, maybe laugh, maybe learn something new. Most primarily, hang out. Me and you. All right, so there are quite a few posts, but I'm going to read some of the top of all time posts on this subreddit. And this one, yes, I'm over 18. I am perfectly allowed on this sub. I'm 36 years old now, baby. Okay, so this one was from Next Presentation 4858. Help, I just accidentally ate a 1,500 milligram edible. This was posted 2 years ago, and I'll do my best because there's some emojis used, but I don't know if this is going to be as funny to me as it was Friday night when I was in a particularly anti-state of mind, but let's find out. Hey, so I've never smoked weed before this, and my friend gifted me some edibles, most between 15 milligrams and 50 milligrams, and gave me the 1500 as an extra quote-unquote treat, LOL. Now, I wanted to start small, so I ate a 15 milligram one, or what I thought was a 15 milligram one. I accidentally mistook the 1500 milligram one for the 15 milligram edible, ... So what do I do? Am I going to be okay? Like quadruple question mark. How do I make this the least uncomfortable experience possible? I am also a girl on the smaller side, which I'm sure doesn't help. I'm alone in my apartment and I have work tomorrow, LOL. It's been about 10 minutes since I ate the edible. Also, first time ever using Reddit, so sorry if I did anything wrong. I don't know. I'm a Twitter user. They weren't helpful. As a former Twitter user, yeah, absolutely. Twitter is not helpful. It's a toxic fucking environment, and it was before that dumbass Elon Musk bought it. And even though he never had and probably still doesn't have the money to actually pay off what he bought for. And also I want to say, when you eat a lot of edibles, some people have the right kind of physiology that super strong doses of edibles have a small effect on them. I do not fall into that camp. If I have too much, I go to hell. It is the worst trip, and I've had it before, more than once. The absolute worst trip I've ever had, even compared to other things that I may or may not have experimented with. Too heavy of an edible sends me to hell. So let's see where this user went, because they have some following edits. Edit. Everything was bad, now everything is funny. Also, I didn't move for like 8 hours. Pointing emoji, pointing emoji, pointing emoji. But all is well. Pointing emoji, pointing emoji. I love this emoji. Point. Also threw up. point, 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 point. Twice, point, point, point. I'm laying on the floor now, point, 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 point. Yeah, smiley face, point, point, point. Edit, edit. I'm in a pointy mood, point. Edit, edit, edit. All caps. Oh my God, Edit, 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 edit. I can't stop crying. Edit times 5. I am no longer freaking out. Gonna sleep until I'm good. Z, point. Final edit. Wasn't the best first experience with weed, haha. First couple hours I was unable to move, forgot how to breathe, forgot how to do anything, lol. And I was freaking out, LMFAO. I have issues with anxiety and panic attacks. Hey, me too. This was hands down one of the worst panic attacks I've had. Hey, I've been there more than once. Like, I genuinely felt like I was going to die. Hey, I've been there. I don't even know how to explain the anxiety. Yup, there's no words. It's hell. I don't remember much from it either. Was way too out of it, haha. But eventually I remembered how to move and went to the bathroom. At the bathroom, I cried, and that calmed me down, lol. Also threw up. Then I felt better, and everything was funny. Like everything. That's where the pointing emoji obsession started, lol. That pointing emoji is funny. Not really. You're just high. I was looking at my bare ceiling and laughing, LMFAO. Also ate a ton during this time. Then I started feeling anxious again and threw up again and went to sleep before it could get any worse and slept forever. Today I am very tired, but I do feel better. Thanks for all the support. So what she means by the support are some of the comments. Let's see. This person says, well, if you really took 1,500 milligrams, then you should call off work now while you're still coherent. OP said, I will, lol. I didn't know it would last long. The commenter replies, yeah, it's going to last a while and you're going to be worn out after. Have some black pepper on hand and chew it if it gets too intense. Find a funny TV show to binge and get some snacks and drinks ready. Chill and enjoy. OP says black pepper's something. Will do, though. And yeah, it's true. If you chew on black pepper, it will kind of like tamp down some of the intensity of the high. And then this other commenter says, be prepared to be high for maybe a day or two. OP says, a day or two? Bro. Another commenter says, high for 2 days and exhausted for one more. Oh, so this is going to mess up my whole week. Okay, LMFAO. No, it's just going to fuck you up for like 2 days and then you'll be really tired for one day. And then you're going to feel really good for the rest of the week. And you'll be like, why can't I feel like this all the time? But let's see. What are some other stoner thoughts here? So we've got this one. Ordered a pizza. This is from 2 years ago. Ordered a pizza. Forgot about it. Delivery guy shows up, says he's sorry about the wait and that the pizza was free. This is the best thing to happen to me in 2021. Yeah, for real. Ooh, some of the commenters said, lucky, this never happened to me. Where do you get your pizza? OP said, a local Chicago deep dish chain. So not a small amount of money. Ooh. So it's not just free pizza showing up when you forgot about it, when you're not expecting it. It's a Chicago deep dish and a local one at that, like a small local one. Fuck yes. That would be amazing. I want that right now. I would eat the fuck out of a Chicago deep dish. And any haters, if you have qualm, if you take issue with me saying that Chicago deep dish is good, let's fight to the death. Mortal Kombat. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, Yeah. Okay, so here's another one from 2 years ago, and this is something similar. I've done similar things more than once, and it is amazing. This person posted, I got really high last night, and at 2 a.m., I played mysterious jungle music and took a shower completely in the dark simply because I can. 1, having the music is great. 2, if you have never taken a shower in the dark, try it. Make sure it's warm water. Take a shower in the dark. Make sure you don't hurt yourself somehow, but take a shower in the dark. It is one of the best sensory experiences you can ever have, even completely sober. If you're feeling anxious, if you're stressed, take a shower, a nice warm shower in the dark. It's amazing. Yeah. Okay. Those comments are la la la. This person says, is my dog licking my arm because he knows there is a bone in there? Serious. I'm watching him Can dogs smell bones? I would assume so. I bet a dog can smell the blood pulsing through your veins. Like a vampire. Let's see here. This person from 3 years ago says, I forgot my breath would freeze outside now, so upon blowing out smoke, I just kept blowing out thinking, damn, how much fucking smoke is in my lungs? Any good comments on this one? Same. And then you start wondering why you weren't coughing enough for the amount of smoke that you were apparently holding in, LOL. This person says, hello from a hot place. The 2 weeks out of the year that I can see my breath, this is the story of my life. You know, I've done that before, but it was when I was smoking cigarettes. Ooh, here's a spicy one from 2 years ago. Why is it not opening? Hello? Here we go. This person from 2 years ago said, get high and eat ass. Trust me, man, it's the shit. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not that way. Hopefully it's the shit in one way and not the other. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a little extra meal to go with your groceries. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a brownie to go with your salad. You hear me? You feel? Trust me, man, it's the shit. The other day, I ripped a bowl and went down on my wife's bunghole, tossed her salad like my life depended on it. My tongue was exploring every nook and cranny. I was literally her human centipede for an hour. So fucking euphoric. Y'all gotta take a crack at it. Oh man, now that is very true and very well written. I love a good pun, a double entendre. Christ, I just spit on my microphone. Some comments here are pretty good. This person says, all right. Oh, so they say, the OP said, y'all should take a crack at it. So this person commented, all right, fine. What time should I pick up your wife? Oh, and this person replied to LMAO. OP replied to LMAO. No, it's another commenter. Better keep his wife name out your fucking mouth, man. Okay, so I guess this was around the time that, the fuck is his name? From Men in Black? What the fuck is it? Will Smith flipped out. Who'd he flip? Did he flip out on Chris Rock? Yeah, he flipped out on him and then slapped him. Bro, come on. The Oscars is not all about you, bro. You're doing a performance for yourself. Could you imagine how fucking embarrassing that is? If that was you, could you imagine that being you? That you flip out on national TV during the Oscars. You flip out, you get everyone's attention, you go up on stage, you slap someone. Jesus Christ, that is some embarrassing behavior. Okay, so let's go on here. Ooh, what's this one? What the fuck is this? Ooh, we got a hate one. This one's from D Dreams 1 year ago. Title: I hate when people think you can't be successful in life when you smoke weed. Okay, this is kind of a rant, but I hate my father-in-law for so many different reasons I won't share here, but one of them is him hating on weed constantly. He knows I smoke. I'm in a legal state and all that jazz, but every time he comes to my house and smells weed, he starts harping about, oh, you need to stop smoking. Smoking gets you nowhere. Only losers smoke and all that shit. I'm not trying to flex, but I literally make more money than he's ever made. I put myself through college and I live in a way nicer house than he has and have much more to show for at this point in my life than his grumpy old ass. Also, I'm fucking your daughter. Eat shit, Robert. Yes, Robert, fuck you. You fucking square, you bald, grumpy, jealous old bitch. Oh my God. Some comments here. Sounds like Robert needs a gummy. This next one I agree with. Robert needs about 1.5 grams of mushrooms. He's due for a perspective shift. Yes. Yes, indeed. This person says, I'm successful in life because I started smoking. It allows me to relax at home instead of being anxious. And when I go to work, I am able to focus. And someone else replies, yes. This is actually how I started smoking on a regular basis. I had a math test in college that was stressing me out. I had been studying nonstop, but still felt hopeless and unprepared. I said, fuck it, and smoked a bowl before my test. Made me the highest grade all year. I couldn't believe it. Apparently, I'm not dumb. I just get so anxious that I forget how to think straight. But smoking lets me slow my worries down to a manageable speed. As someone who battles with anxiety disorder and occasional panics and sometimes depressive episodes, although thankfully I don't get those as much as I did years and years ago. Yeah. The disorder gets in the fucking way. And if something can help you better manage the disorder without and not be harmful, then that's fucking great. Okay, so let's see. Let's try to find one more, and then I'm going to end this episode and charge the camera up for the bonus episode. Okay, so we've got another person who ate a large thing. I wonder if it's going to be any good. This is also from 2 years ago, just ate 2 500 milligram edible brownies. So it's 1,000 mgs. That's a lot. First time eating this large of a dosage for edibles, but I'm a pretty regular smoker when it comes to weed, so I think I should be chilling. We'll probably post again once it has taken effect. This person is not Jack Kerouac. Please use punctuation. Readers appreciate it. Edit. It's been about 7 hours now, and I've been high for the last 2 hours. It took 5 hours? That's a long time. I held a 45-minute solo karaoke session, watched Jackass Forever, and ordered food. Honestly, this high was a lot better than I anticipated. Edit 2, 12 to 13 hours in. Okay, no, this isn't fun because this person's having a good time, and that's not what I signed up for. So let's see. Ooh, okay. Let's see if I can find one more. That's it. That's it for me, the last episode of this year, and for you, the first episode of this year. although we're speaking about relatively different years. Thanks for tuning in. I think I've got some ideas of what to talk about on the bonus episode. If you want to catch the bonus episode and get access to all of the bonus episodes, support the show at patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. For now, thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.